Day 57, Desert Wanderings, Numbers 6, Deuteronomy 6, Psalm 90. Let's begin. Numbers 6. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Speak to the sons of Israel, and you shall say to them, a man or a woman, when they have made a vow so that they may be sanctified, and when they are willing to consecrate themselves to the Lord, shall abstain from wine and from anything which is able to inebriate. They shall not drink vinegar made from wine or from any other drink, nor anything pressed from the grape. They shall not eat grapes, either fresh nor dried. During all the days that they are consecrated to the Lord by vow, they shall not eat whatever may be from the vineyard, from raisins, even to grape seeds. During all the time of his separation, no razor shall pass over his head, even until the completion of the day when he is consecrated to the Lord. He shall be holy, letting the hair of his head grow long. During all the time of his consecration, he shall not enter because of a death. Nor shall he contaminate himself, even over the funeral of his father, or his mother, or his brother, or his sister. For the consecration of his God is upon his head. During all the days of his separation, he shall be holy to the Lord. But if anyone will have died unexpectedly before him, the head of his consecration shall be polluted, and he shall shave it in that very place, on the same day of his purification, and again on the 7th day. Then, on the 8th day, he shall offer 2 turtle doves or 2 young pigeons, to the priest at the entrance to the covenant of the testimony. And the priest shall effect one for sin, and the other as a holocaust, and he shall pray for him, because he has sinned on account of the dead. And he shall sanctify his head on that day. And he shall consecrate to the Lord the days of his separation, offering a 1-year-old lamb for sin, yet in such a manner that the former days will be made null and void, because his sanctification was polluted. This is the law of consecration. When the days that he had decreed by vow have been completed, he shall bring him to the door of the tabernacle of the covenant. And he shall offer his oblation to the Lord, an immaculate 1-year-old male lamb as a holocaust, and an immaculate 1-year-old female lamb for sin, and an immaculate ram, a peace offering victim. Also, a basket of unleavened bread, which has been sprinkled with oil, and cakes without leaven, anointed with oil, as well as the libations of each one. And the priest shall offer them before the Lord, and he shall perform both the sin offering and the holocaust. Yet truly, the ram he shall immolate as a peace offering victim to the Lord, offering at the same time the basket of unleavened bread, and the libations which are required by custom. Then the Nazirite shall be shaved of the long hair of his consecration, before the door of the tabernacle of the covenant. And he shall take his hair, and he shall place it upon the fire, which is under the sacrifice of the peace offerings. And he shall take the cooked shoulder of the ram, and 1 twist of bread without leaven from the basket, and 1 unleavened cake, and he shall deliver them into the hands of the Nazirite, after his head has been shaven. And receiving them again from him, he shall elevate them in the sight of the Lord. And having been sanctified, these shall be for the priest, as also the breast, which was ordered to be separated, and the leg. After this, the Nazirite is able to drink wine. This is the law of the Nazirite, when he has vowed his oblation to the Lord in the time of his consecration, aside from those things which his hand shall find. According to what he had vowed in his mind, so shall he do, to the perfection of his sanctification. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Say to Aaron and his sons, Thus shall you bless the sons of Israel, and you shall say to them, May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord reveal his face to you and take pity on you. May the Lord turn his countenance toward you and grant peace to you. And they shall invoke my name over the sons of Israel, and I will bless them. Deuteronomy 6. These are the precepts and ceremonies, as well as the judgments, which the Lord your God has commanded that I teach to you, which you shall do in the land to which you will travel in order to possess it. So may you fear the Lord your God, and keep all his commandments and precepts, which I am entrusting to you, and to your sons and grandsons, all the days of your life, so that your days may be prolonged. Listen and observe, O Israel, so that you may do just as the Lord has instructed you, and it may be well with you, and you may be multiplied all the more, for the Lord, the God of your fathers, has promised you a land flowing with milk and honey. Listen, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your strength. And these words, which I instruct to you this day, shall be in your heart. And you shall explain them to your sons. And you shall meditate upon them sitting in your house, and walking on a journey, when lying down and when rising up. And you shall bind them like a sign on your hand, and they shall be placed, and shall move between your eyes. And you shall write them at the threshold and on the doors of your house. And when the Lord your God will have led you into the land, about which he swore to your fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and when he will have given to you great and excellent cities, which ye did not build, houses full of goods, which ye did not amass, cisterns, which ye did not dig, vineyards and olive groves, which ye did not plant. And when you will have eaten and been satisfied, take care diligently, lest you forget the Lord, who led you away from the land of Egypt, from the house of servitude. You shall fear the Lord your God, and you shall serve him alone, and you shall swear by his name. You shall not go after the strange gods of all the Gentiles, who are around you. For the Lord your God is a jealous God in your midst. Otherwise, at some time, the fury of the Lord your God may be enraged against you, and he may take you away from the face of the earth. You shall not tempt the Lord your God, as you tempted him in the place of temptation. Keep the precepts of the Lord your God, as well as the testimonies and ceremonies, which he has instructed to you. And do what is pleasing and good in the sight of the Lord, so that it may be well with you, and so that, when you enter, you may possess the excellent land, about which the Lord swore to your father, that he would wipe away all your enemies before you, just as he has spoken. And when your son will ask you tomorrow, saying, What do these testimonies and ceremonies and judgments mean, which the Lord our God has entrusted to us? You shall say to him, We were servants of Pharaoh in Egypt, and the Lord led us away from Egypt with a strong hand. And he wrought signs and wonders, great and very grievous, in Egypt, against Pharaoh and all his house, in our sight. And he led us away from that place, so that he might lead us in and give us the land, about which he swore to our fathers. And the Lord instructed us that we should do all these ordinances, and that we should fear the Lord our God, so that it may be well with us all the days of our life, just as it is today. And he will be merciful to us, if we keep and perform all his precepts, in the sight of the Lord our God, just as he has commanded us. Psalm 90. The praise of a canticle of David. Whoever dwells with the assistance of the Most High will abide in the protection of the God of heaven. He will say to the Lord, You are my supporter and my refuge. My God, I will hope in him. For he has freed me from the snare of those who go hunting, and from the harsh word. He will overshadow you with his shoulders, and you will hope under his wings. His truth will surround you with a shield. You will not be afraid, before the terror of the night, before the arrow flying in the day, before the troubles that wander in the darkness, nor of invasion and the midday demon. 1,000 will fall before your side and 10,000 before your right hand, yet it will not draw near you. So then, truly, you will consider with your eyes, and you will see the retribution of sinners. For you, O Lord, are my hope. You have set the Most High as your refuge. Disaster will not draw near to you, and the scourge will not approach your tabernacle. For he has given his angels charge over you, so as to preserve you in all your ways. With their hands they will carry you, lest you hurt your foot against a stone. You will walk over the asp and the king serpent, and you will trample the lion and the dragon. Because he has hoped in me, I will free him. I will protect him because he has known my name. He will cry out to me, and I will heed him. I am with him in tribulation. I will rescue him, and I will glorify him. I will fill him with length of days, and I will reveal to him my salvation.